Okay. So, forgive me about the summary. I wrote it like half an hour ago because I got, an hour ago, an hour and a half ago, because I worked late today. All right. So, before you guys headed back to Rosewater Keep, apparently Bear Friend has a bird friend. Maybe it's Bird Friend. Then you guys went back to Rosewater Keep. Also, Henry the cat got in a spot of trouble with a hornet's nest and a nearby farm dog. Questions might have to be asked later about that. Tilda, you reunited with Trixie and Theo in the yard, hung out. You updated Theo about what had happened on the other continent.
Mm-hmm.
Then you told him about your hospital idea. He thinks it's a great idea. He did have a couple
Hospice hall.
Hospice hall. He thought it was a great idea. He had a couple concerns, but you guys talked about it. Hopefully, your concerns won't be very concerning. Melanie, you spoke to Alexandria. You want to become Iron Man. She gave you a reference to a artificer named Lily Fiddlepitch. Lily Fiddlepitch, who apparently is in debt. So you two might have to. You two can probably help each other out. You guys had a brief meeting about how you wanted to word your wish, what you guys wanted to ask the masters once they were revived. Tilda pitched her hospice hall idea.
Hospice hall.
I said hospice hall.
Okay, it sounded like you didn't say.
It sounds like hospital, doesn't it?
It was hospice hall. I heard hospice hall.
Okay, I didn't. Never mind. Hospice, the S part of it was cut off at the end, so.
Alright. You guys headed to the monastery, the charred remains of the monastery, waited for Lyris. Lyris survived, brought back the monastery. Apparently couldn't bring back the masters, because something was blocking. Perhaps some old one shenanigans. Who knows? You guys split into two groups. Group A went to go distract the kids. Group B went to snoop around into what was the master's room. You found the box in the hidden compartment. It had a bunch of scrolls of different disciplines. There wasn't one from Way of the Long Death. Who knows where that went, or if there was one at all. You guys contacted Belzor and asked him if he has something similar like this. He said he didn't. You also asked him, "Hey, we have all these kids. They don't have any masters or like anybody in charge up here anymore." Belzor said, "I'm gonna send Henry Goodfeather because he's good with kids." That's where you guys are right now.
Lots of Henrys in this.
I know. I don't know why. I
mean,
oh, I know why.
Theo's
I
middle
named
name
him.
is also Henry.
Oh, I didn't name him.
No, you didn't. That was me.
So you guys have all these kids.
And Henrys.
And Henrys.
Sorry.
You have all these kids, and they're all named Henry.
Oh God!
Even the little girls are named Henry because apparently the masters were not imaginative.
And Henrietta and
they used all the vowels from the name Eva, so they had to get creative.
Harold.
We've got Hank, Harry, Hal, Patty, Hetty.
Somebody's just named Hare, and we don't know why.
But you got all these kids. It's probably gonna take Goodfeather to come up. Probably a couple of days because not everybody has the luxury of teleportation.
Ugh.
Can we get a hold of Alexandria to see if she can teleport Ricochet to us?
Does anybody have sending?
I mean, yeah. I always have sending.
Because
it's just like something that keeps coming up.
Yeah, he should not be left in charge, but he's a decent enough babysitter for like 2 days.
Okay. Zaitari, did you want to send that message?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Is it just basically, hey, can you send Ricochet up here?
Yeah.
Okay. There is a very tired voice on the other end of the conversation. You get a voice.
I mean, I'll give a little bit more context.
Yeah.
I also think that she knows why we came to the monastery.
Yeah.
in the
You
first
gave
place,
her
so.
the spiel before you left.
It's like, hey, the wish didn't work on the masters for probably old ones reasons. You might want to come out here too, by the way, because of that.
Yeah. As
So-
soon as you say masters didn't come back, old one reasons, there's just like, she doesn't say it, but there's just this wave of something along the lines of, "Oh my fucking god, you gotta be kidding me."
Listen, it all comes back to old ones, okay?
Yeah, it's old ones. You know, you failed the test, old ones, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
You know, your man broke up with you, old ones.
Pretty much.
Yeah, dog died, old ones. Okay. She says, all right, I'll get in contact with Ricochet. I'll get as close to that monastery as possible, because she probably hasn't been in that area, as close in that area as you guys before.
Yeah.
All right.
And I also wanted to bring up something to you guys as a group, because I assume that sooner or later we're going to be heading over there to Lanks to deal with this ourselves, right?
Yeah.
Almost certainly.
Should we establish a buddy system so that if one person gets corrupted, they have a designated handler?
100%, yeah.
Okay. But Alexandria does tell you,
The problem is that there's 5 of us. Darling.
Well,
So
we'll have one set of
number.
3.
We have 2 hands.
If we can figure out who's the least likely to get corrupted, they can take on a second person.
I think the group of 3 would actually be the safer group because they'd have 2 people watching them.
Yeah.
That's true.
I like the idea of that Mallory just said, we have 2 hands. So what if it's 2 people per person?
Yeah. Or we just all keep an eye on each other.
It's a Spider-Man meme.
dodecahedron.
Everyone
Yeah.
pointing at each other.
We all cross our arms and we form like a pentagram as we hold our hands, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense.
We all become corrupted at the same time.
Yeah.
let's just
that
form a
sounds like
witches
a
circle,
terrible
everybody. What harm can that be?
Yeah,
Sorry.
really.
What harm can that do?
But yeah, if we're heading down there, I just thought that'd be a good idea to have that specific contingency, since that seems like something that's going to be a risk factor. And like if Mel gets corrupted and goes on an old one rampage, we need to have a method to stop it.
So you guys have to become the Batman and predict or figure out a plan for if every other person gets corrupted, what to do.
Okay, but the
Apparently.
real question here is which one of us is Wonder Woman? Because he did not have a plan for Wonder Woman.
I feel like if anybody's gonna fuck us up, it's either gonna be you or it's either gonna be Tilda or Mallory. Or I'm
Not
sorry, Tilda or
Zaitari.
Zaitari. I
mean,
tried
thank
so
you for
hard
the
to switch both
confidence in
names.
me, but I think
Well, the spellcasters, if they got a
Yeah,
jump
it's
on
it's
the
the
non-spellcasters, could fuck us up.
yeah, it's always the spellcasters that
So
get
I
I
would
think
like
that
to
the
be
spellcasters
close.
should watch each other because you guys would be the most likely. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna get in roll 20. Sorry. The spellcasters would be able to deal with each other a little bit easier than.
I would like to be, because I think I'd like to put Etha up as a good option for both of the casters, because I am a mage slayer, so I have a reaction and stunning strike, so I don't have to kill you guys. I can hopefully stun lock you into oblivion.
Melanie. Doesn't
Yeah.
Melanie also have Mage Slayer?
That might have been the one I dropped. Hold on.
Didn't you
I
switch
dropped
that
a
one out?
feat.
Oh.
Like a long time ago.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
it just was not coming up.
And I don't remember if it was that one or not.
It was either that or it was the shield thing, but I feel like that's me remembering.
Oh no, I dropped the shield one.
Claire.
I still have Mage Slayer.
Okay.
It just doesn't come up very often because I
Yeah.
have other stuff that I do with my reactions.
Yeah. Stun.
As
I
it
can
so
stun the
often happens
spellcasters.
when
So
you get up to higher levels, everything is vying for your attention.
yeah.
Um.
I don't know.
Anyways, I think this is something that we could talk to Alexandria about when she gets here again. Mostly just because, well, she has dealt with.
Alexandria's. Oh no, she's not here. We're not at the keep.
Nope.
Continue.
She's obviously dealt with corruption rather directly. If I don't know if she's ever shown you her arm, but it's.
She's only said like 4 words to me directly, so no.
Okay. Essentially, in an encounter with an old one, it sort of kind of became all withery and
Shriveled.
blackened and shriveled. So it's something we can definitely talk to her about. She has had the most direct contact with old ones, aside from our encounter with that weird outer space dragon thing. But that was only, I think, at like probably baby or half power. It was only trying to come back.
But yeah, the messages show try to get there in a day. Still has to find Ricochet. Fingers crossed if she can find him quickly.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys are doing during this time besides the kids are hanging out, eating dinner with the few adults that are there.
Wait, I just had a great idea.
Mm?
Secret Santa, for who you're watching out for.
Just put names in a hat and draw at random.
Yes.
Oh, so we don't know who's watching our back then.
Yeah,
Would
that's
you
a
like,
great idea.
Would you like me? You could ask one of the adults there to like do the hat drawing. I'll take the place of the hat drawing. I have a cup
To facilitate
to
this.
facilitate. I have a dice bag
I
to
think
facilitate this.
I
Now
think it's a great
I'll
idea.
message you guys who's watching over who.
Okay.
Okay.
All
So,
right.
just who we're watching over, not who's watching us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who you're watching over. All right. I will. And then
Yep.
okay. Let me take out a piece of paper.
That's a great idea, because if we get corrupted, then the old one can't pinpoint the failsafe.
And I have I'll show you the pen I've been using tonight. I got it for Christmas.
Is it a fountain pen?
No.
Mm.
I don't know why my mother-in-law got me. She got me 2 of these. Hold on.
That bodes well. I'm excited for this pen.
She got you pens for Christmas?
Well, she got me socks as well.
Ooh.
Oh.
I like socks.
I was gonna say I like socks. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
Oh my god.
Is that
No, it's none of my cats. One's a picture of like a ginger, and one's a picture of this guy. It's just
I
a
love it,
novelty pen. I don't own these cats.
I love how weird its face is stretched over that.
Yeah, I know.
I was gonna say, do the cats have any feelings about these pens?
They don't
'Cause I
care.
think I would. That would.
All right, so
We don't look like that.
how dare you get other cats? Okay. Just. And if I accidentally draw your name, then I'll just draw again.
Obviously, yeah.
Yeah,
Draw
obviously.
yeah? We can't watch ourselves.
Okay, so.
I'm so excited.
Yep, that's 5. Put them in the dice bag. shake it up. Okay. Because I'm just gonna do this from my Discord. I'm gonna start with Aoife. I will message you. You will be okay.
Yep, it's good.
Yep.
The testosterone's hitting, guys. I feel real floaty and weird.
Okay.
But do you feel more masculine? That's the real question.
Okay. So
I'll take that as a yes.
rained.
I instantly got more phlegmy. Don't know what that is. But like,
Yeah. That's
Literally-
probably just your body's reaction.
yeah, just literally 2 minutes ago, I felt like I was just a ball of mucus out of nowhere.
Okay, Melanie.
And we're only supposed to be getting one name?
Yeah, you're only doing one name.
Okay.
Unless you want me to do two, I will do two.
No, one is good, I think.
No, one.
Yeah.
We're all watching out for one person, and we all have one person watching out for.
Yeah.
And then Zaitari. And then last but not least, Tilda, you will be watching.
I want to know.
She'll tell you in just a second.
I know.
There you go. Okay, awesome. Please write this down somewhere because I'm not good. I'll have to look through the back to the message. Actually, I'll do it now. I'll just write it down now.
This is one of the most D&D things this group has done so far. Is secret Santing our way into the end game.
I mean, it
Like, is it
kind of
part of the
does make
program?
sense because so far it does seem like the old ones are fairly calculating.
Mhm.
So I can see it being a pretty sensible idea.
It's like a double blind, you know?
Exactly.
It's a good idea because if they can get into your brains and then they corrupt
It's
you
a
and they know
fucking
who's
hilarious idea
and know-
too.
and they know who's watching you, they're not gonna know who to take down immediately. And
I mean, obviously, we keep an eye out on everyone in general.
Yeah.
yes,
You know, you see something weird, you say something. But
See something, say something.
yeah,
But if, we suddenly start tackling people, even if they're not carrying a random potion.
Look, I know all of you are carrying potions because I know that we all have potions. So you're
I mean,
all
actively in their hands will know, oh, okay, they were probably watching over them. So.
All right.
or it might just be, oh,
Mel-
yeah, that tracks for Mel.
yeah,
Mhm.
maybe
That's
Mel just
normal.
got bored. You don't know.
Yeah, if Mel starts like hosting a fancy dinner party.
Yeah, that would be suspicious.
it's a much bigger indicator.
Okay, so you gotta have your names. A adult of some sort has facilitated this. All right. Anything else you guys want to do while you're waiting for either Ricochet, Alexandria, Henry Goodfeather? Who knows? It's probably gonna take a couple of days for them to come.
I want to apologize to the random adult who just got blinked back into existence, who then had to facilitate a Secret Santa for these weird out of nowhere. I just want to apologize to them.
Sure, it's Henrietta.
I know this is real weird. I am so sorry.
No, it's fine. It's fine. She's probably still on.
Did you all
edge.
say your names were?
Well, she's Henrietta.
Right, no, I'm saying she's saying that to us.
Yeah.
I was
It's like, who are
Matilda
you?
would be like, Matilda
only know
Persephone,
Eva."
Adelaide Benedine.
Let Henrietta's kill list now because we asked for Secret Santa.
Who's Santa?
It's a long story.
To try to keep the kids distracted while we're waiting for people to show up, I'll be doing singing lessons for any of the kids who are receptive to it.
Okay.
So.
You get. There's about 20-ish kids here, so you get 19 that works.
Holy shit!
I rolled a yeah. I mean, a lot of them are really interested in like the musical arts.
All right.
I will
Hey.
take that one last kid and just run them through katas.
And that's probably why the 19 are interested in the musical arts.
Yeah. I mean, it's only the lessons are probably just gonna be like for an hour twice a day. So, I mean, this is just what Zaitari is contributing to try to keep the kids distracted until we get more help.
Mel will kind of take the idea and be like, oh yeah, we should probably do something to keep these kids like occupied so they don't just like freak the fuck out. And she'll do like, I don't know, sword lessons with some of them, with like so they can learn some different fighting styles with her, and like
Honestly, I think the thing that Melanie could do is just tell wild
I was gonna
mercenary
say,
stories.
maybe just tell some crazy stories. That actually fits really well. She's just gonna tell some crazy stories.
I imagine at some point people look around like, the last time I helped watch some kids, explosions happened. I mean, we can do that, but there's fire. I'm leaving. I won. Rain is not contributing.
Okay.
She has her kid.
Anything you want? Does Rain want to do anything else?
I'm gonna explore this place and find any secrets or thing. You know, we found a box. Maybe there's something else we can find. You know.
Yeah.
If not, I'll just enjoy the grounds. You know.
Yeah, is there a library here?
There is. If you zoom in a little bit, there is like a scroll room. When you first walk in and off to the right. Well, that's the study, and yeah, that's a scroll room. They're both like scroll rooms, actually. One's a little neater than the other. The other one, I think, is for calligraphy.
Ah.
Yes. But yeah, the one on the left is probably like the scroll room. The one on the right is more calligraphy based.
Well, that's where Tilda will be. but
Okay, cool.
Go ahead with Rain.
All right, so Rain, you want to explore? Is there a particular room you want to explore? You guys took a look at the master's room, which is at the bottom left-hand corner. The dining room is right above it. You got the two scroll rooms that go off from the main hall, and then you have the bedrooms off to the right. Or you can like look around the grounds. Maybe there's something there, like around the outside.
Probably check scroll room and look at the master's bedroom. I'm not too worried about the students really. I mean, I might find like a porn stash or something, but you know, whatever. That's their business. So probably
my
ground and
investigation
scroll.
is shit, so I'd be happy to give somebody advantage on like helping to look through some things. So I do not want to roll on my own.
That is fair.
Yeah, so maybe like, you know, one day check out the scroll room and then the other day like the grounds.
Okay. All right. Scroll room in the grounds the other day. Sounds good. Until you wanted to check out the scroll rooms as well. Maybe do a thorough search through like the stacks.
Yes,
All right.
please. I assume that's an investigation check.
Yeah, that would be an investigation check. And then Aoife, what are you helping out with? Occupying children's minds detail, or was there anything else you wanted to do?
Yeah, there's going to be a fair amount of, you know, really being the only, not even elder, because she's younger than pretty much all the adults that are there. But she's one of the only people who can still run lessons. So she'll run some lessons, but she doesn't do it all day. And when she's not running lessons, she's going to go and meditate at random places throughout the monastery. And if she knows any like secret passages or like hidden tunnels from her time of being a delinquent and bad student, she'll go check those out to see if there's anything interesting in there.
Okay, sounds good. Bear Friend would like to know how she can participate.
I like to imagine you just got a text from Bear Friend.
Yeah.
The bird comes into the window, kind of starts pecking at your head a little bit.
That's a tweet.
No, it just
Exactly.
a random rock turns into a really futuristic phone like it does in Pokemon Arceus.
Oh god. Did you know I found 2 shinies back to back yesterday?
Did you
Nice.
really?
Yeah, I found
Wow.
a Staravia, and then I walked over a hill, and there was a Standler.
I've just had my shit kicked in by the same Alpha Tangrowth like 4 times in a row.
Oh, gee. The one in the Mirrorlands?
Yup.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna have Bear Friend focus on the kids,
Okay.
and try and provide comfort and support should any of them need it. Like any of them, the more emotional ones who can't focus on lessons or something.
Okay. Bear Friend is happy to assist. Bird Friend is... We'll send more tweets if needed.
Yeah, I'm not gonna tell Bird Friend what to do. It's a bird. Birds don't listen to anyone.
Yeah, also, I don't think, like, a Bear Friend is basically awakened. I think Bird Friend is literally just a bird, so...
It's
A
just a
bird,
bird
yeah.
that's here for the ride.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not even gonna try with Bird Friend.
It's a symbiotic, relationship.
Yeah, for the
Symbiotic.
bear.
Symbiotic.
Not for me.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, gets bugs off the back. Bear Friend doesn't itch as much. It's Animal Kingdom. Okay, anyways. Zaitari, music lessons for the kids. I assume you're gonna start out with something pretty simple like you did with Shadok.
Oh yeah.
Singing
Yeah. I'll
and
just
then
run them through scales and teach them like a really basic song.
Okay.
I'll teach them
Just-
like I'm drawing back on what I did in my music classes growing up. We did a lot of clapping
Yep.
to learn how to, go on a beat.
Rhythm beat. Yep.
Rhythmic kind of lessons.
What you
So-
need to do is teach them capoeira.
I'm not a monk.
Create stomp. Make him do chores and music at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'm gonna have you roll 2 skill checks. The first one is performance, so you're showing them how to do something.
Sure. Let me open up my sheet.
Yep.
It's thinking about
By
it.
the way, by the way, Dara, did you see?
I saw your investigation.
Oh well, yes. I was actually going to bring up Super Auto Pets. And did you see that they totally nerfed the peacock?
It was bad already. Why did they have... Nobody uses Peacock.
It can
don't
be
think
pretty
it's-
good.
It's actually not that bad. It's basically it'll
Or it
once
was.
it gets hurt, it'll
It's +2 attack, right?
now it'll do 50% of its current attack, and it
Okay.
triggers once per turn. So like if you get hit multiple times in a turn through like a snake or whatever, it's not going to trigger more than once. But
Which
if
is
you
stuff.
scale it, I don't know. I think it's not too bad.
I mean, if you put it behind the camel.
I don't like it.
Alright, there we go.
All right, cool. I don't know. I always just went with I did with the Northern Lion does. I just go with skunk, swan.
They fucked with the
they
swan
nerfed as
too.
well.
Yeah.
It's a 1/3 now.
One. Yeah, they had to. Everybody took swan whenever. Swans just was too good.
Following Northern Lions is not the worst idea. He doesn't sound like it, but he's actually good at video games.
I mean, I get his super auto pets meta. I just listen to him for ASMR stuff.
The banter.
Yeah, the
Oh
banter.
yeah, his banter's so good. I
That's-
watched so many clip compilations of him just saying one of his phrases.
the ultimate ASMR Northern Line experience is his ranking every item in the grocery store video.
I listened to his sandwich brackets.
Very good meta, very in depth.
I liked his ranking every what is it? Binding of Isaac item.
God,
Uh,
that was a great video.
It lasted hours.
Yeah, because Binding of Isaac is a massive game.
There's so many
and,
items. Okay,
and
sorry.
his ranking was accurate.
Okay, so you know, as always, as one does as a performer, you performed wonderfully, demonstrating scales and rhythm to the children.
Mhm.
Now, all right. So here's the second. So they're like, a lot of them are impressed. Even with like simple singing scales, rhythm, what have you not. All right. So they are now going to attempt to mimic you.
Mhm.
Give me a perception check.
Perception?
Perception and then an insight.
Why perception?
You're watching them repeat the motion. Unless you have a suggestion. Like insight more.
I want to make sure that they're doing it correctly.
Okay.
So I would like to use insight.
Okay, then insight it is. Okay. Let's see. 12 of them are doing fine. 4 of them are average. So 3 of them are totally off rhythm and cannot carry a beat whatsoever.
Okay. I will attempt to, give them more attention.
Okay.
Kind of try to put them in a group with the kids who are doing well.
Okay.
And like try to evenly distribute the average ones also with the ones who are doing really good.
Okay.
So that, I don't have to monitor them all the time.
Okay.
So yeah.
So you do that. Luckily, there's a lot of them that are doing well. So you separate the children as is. Go ahead and give me one more insight check once you've regrouped them.
Oh baby.
Okay. All right. So it sounds like through group herd mentality. I don't know. You think I'd know the word being in biology? Like if one person mimicry.
There you go.
Yeah, there it is. I know words. I have not been with the mosquitoes too long. They're doing very well. However, there's this one child, a boy, who, for the life of him, is not getting it. He's
Mhm.
really off, he's really offbeat. He looks like he's about, maybe 5 years old.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, I'm still gonna keep teaching them. I don't really know what to do about the kid who doesn't really get it, because some people just cannot keep a beat.
roll one more insight check.
Sure.
Now that you're just focusing on him. It's like he can't hear the beat.
Oh.
And that's when you realize this kid might be deaf.
Eh,
Why did he come to the singing lesson?
because he wants to fit in.
Aww. Give him something physical that he can feel, like a tambourine or something.
Yeah, I will, um... Zaitari would know how to handle this, and I can't articulate it quite into words. I definitely need to give him something like a drum and something where he can feel like what is happening.
Okay. But yeah, you could definitely give him a drum or something of the like. But yeah, at that point with something a little more physical, he does. It's not perfect, but he does like.
Yeah, I mean
it's not.
that takes a lot of practice
Yeah.
to do something like that.
Yeah, but it does help a little bit. All right. While you are doing, while you're doing that, Rain, you said you wanted to explore the scroll room. Tilda is also in the scroll room, unless you guys have agreed to check different scroll rooms at the same time. There are two. Well, there's one for calligraphy. So unless one of you wants to be in the calligraphy room instead of the scroll room, there's just a scroll calligraphy room.
I'll take the other one to start out.
Okay, all right. I'll say I'm making the assumption Tilda's in the scroll room.
Sure.
And then Rain would be in the calligraphy scroll room. So I saw your investigation check of a 26.
Mhm.
So,
Using the scholar's monocle.
Yeah. Yep. You got a monocle. Do you have a fancy hat as well?
No.
Okay. It's not required. What exactly are you looking for? Like, what kind of books? Like, are you looking for like old one stuff? Are you looking for Way of Long Death stuff? Are you like, what exactly are you trying to find?
Yes. Basically anything that pops out at me that seems. I mean, it's not that big a library,
No.
you know. So I figure getting like a few, it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility that over several days I would, be able to pull out each scroll, kind of read a little bit from them, and then figure out like what it's about. If it has no interest to me, put it back, etc. So, I'm looking for like old one stuff, magic stuff, like literally anything that seems relevant at the moment and or catches my interest.
Okay. All right, so you're thumbing along the scrolls, some of them, like, there are scrolls of all sorts. Some are pretty new. However, your sight gravitates more to the older ones. And with older scrolls, you have to be very, very delicate with them and careful with them. So those take you a little longer to go through because of the nature of the scroll itself.
Sure.
But you're going along, and your eye catches a portion of the scroll room that looks like it's kind of like set apart from everything else. Kind of like the not for forbidden more like a restricted section of a library, for example. You
Yeah.
find like
Mhm.
no students allowed here.
In the restricted section.
In the restricted section. I'm sure Aoife has tried to go to the restricted section a
Oh,
couple
I'm
of
sure.
times. But you're looking around there and you begin going through what looks like to be descriptions of masters from from now to the past. Masters, grandmasters, etc., etc., etc. And then your name comes along one.
My name comes along?
No, your eyes settle on a name on one of the scrolls, and there's like
Okay.
a brief short description of each master. About like how old they were when they started, what they looked like, which briefly touches upon race as well, because if they're like
Mhm.
they had pointy ears, elf if they were short, halfling with hairy feet.
Mhm.
Okay, this guy had horns, so maybe tiefling. This guy had hooves.
Do tieflings not sometimes have hooves anymore? Is that not a thing?
And then you
They do.
read a bovine-like face.
Mhm.
Oh.
Yep.
And then you set that aside and you go towards a couple other scrolls, and it looks like this school had two, what could you quite conclude, minotaur masters at one point. And then
This
it goes
school, this one that we're standing in?
this school, the one you are standing in. I will also give you names of
Thank you.
the school. I can't say things today. All right, so the two minotaurs that you have there. The first one is. Let me just put that. So this is the more recent of the ones, but not recent at all in like timeline.
Mhm.
You're looking at least like a couple hundred years
Okay.
for this. So that one, Durak is first, and then the second name that comes up is this one. And it's very clear in the text that they are bovine in description.
Mhm. Can I find any other information about them in this library at all?
Yeah, you could start like looking around scrolls that probably refer to that time period. However, I'm going to tell you outright that it doesn't appear the masters had something like a Dewey Decimal System. So
Sure.
for a, and I'm putting in quotes, a library. It's
Right.
not as organized as you'd like. It's not up to standards. To
We need to get Nenrine in here.
Yeah, then we would whip this place into shape.
Mhm.
So yeah, you'll spend some time looking for that.
That's fine.
Okay. Rain, you are exploring the calligraphy scroll room. What are you looking for? Besides secret passages.
Yeah, so First thing I do, never in a place, note the locations of everything valuable or where such things could be hidden. So I'm more looking for things that they don't want to be found, but in that process, I'll probably see other things. I'm looking for anything arcane or out of place, or unique / valuable.
Okay. All right. So, what would you look? What would Ring find is valuable?
She's probably sure it's not so much like, ooh, this is gold, it's like useful kind of, what I
Mhm.
mean? But, someone lost a gold piece under the couch. Take it.
Okay, so when you're looking around, you notice like a couple things. A lot of
I assume you want me to roll a investigation check?
yes, I would like you to roll an investigation check. I was gonna say what you see on the walls first
Oh.
because that was
Oh,
pretty
okay.
like general. But yeah, you can roll an investigation check for the more obscure things that probably wouldn't have caught your eye.
That would be luck.
Okay,
Or 30.
of course, of course. All right. So there are a few things that are pretty easily found in here. First of all, there are multiple like pictures of not pictures like posts like pieces of parchment with beautiful calligraphy that are written in a way to be visualized like art, pretty much. You notice that on the ledges, on top of like where the bookshelves are, where the some of the scrolls are collected, there are figurines of animals. There's a very interesting piece there. So there is a what looks to be a piece of ivory, and it looks like the person. It's one of those pieces that there is like a ball inside of a larger, like more web netted looking ball, and then outside of that is another ball. Looks like it's been carved from the same piece of ivory. It's pretty good carving work here.
Mhm.
A lot of wooden figurines, not so anything much so like highly worth in value. But then you start noticing like small things, like for example, the eyes of some of the carvings look like they are made of like gemstones. There are very old there are very old like small statues of what you think are representations of the obscure gods that this monastery looks up to. This old scrolls themselves are probably worth more than a lot of the things in here because of their age, and probably because you can probably sell them to a very niche but a very niche market, but whoever like collects things of that nature would pay like probably top dollar. As you are looking around the place, you do see like there are like not hidden compartments, but like places where somebody wouldn't really look. Like, if you go behind the bookshelf, there's like somebody that had moved the bookshelf at some point to hide something underneath there. You come across like this very unsavory picture of what you could probably say is one of the masters of the monastery. You know, he has like the little devil horns and have like the little evil eyes, but it's clearly one of the masters because he's older and he has a goatee with like this wooden gnarly cane. Whoever drew this was a really good artist.
It's not signed Aoife.
No, it's not signed Aoife. There's no signature on it. So you find things like that, things that are pretty hidden around. But you look at a couple of the calligraphy pieces that are hanging off the wall, and I would like you to roll, now that you've like had fixed your eyes on them. I'd like you to roll one more investigation for me, please.
All right. I'm just gonna roll advantage, and if it's not a 20 on the first one, assume I used.
You use lucky, yeah, I getcha. Okay. They're really old. They're really, really old.
And I'm assuming I probably can't read any of this.
They're, and then you get a closer look, and you touch the paper.
Yep.
This isn't paper.
Oh dear.
It's not skin, if that's where your mind is going. It's
of
not
course, that's
skin.
where my mind.
Exactly where my mind is. So.
It's not skin though. But it's definitely not paper. Paper this old would start to like fall apart. It's very would be very flimsy. It would break apart like at your hand, and at that point you'd know to let go. You're not sure what it is. It's definitely strong. Definitely not skin. Definitely not a hide whatsoever. It has a pretty tough quality to it. Kind of smooth as well.
Alright. Someone for help with that. But I think that one figurine, the one you showed, the ivory, I might examine that closer. I don't think I'm gonna quite put it in the bag of holding and take it home or anything, but just want to check it out. Take
Okay.
a closer look at it. And I'll wander over to the other scroll room. How's it going, Tilda? I shouldn't say the same.
What?
How's? Yeah.
Let me
what's
tell
up?
you,
Go ahead.
they need some sort of organization system. Yeah, I have half a mind just to teleport back to the keep, grab Nenrine, bring them here, so that they could figure this out.
Nenrine is quite indispensable. I don't know that the keep would stay together without them.
Well, obviously, I would bring Nenrine back after they'd finished organizing.
Well, I was taking a look through some of the other rooms. Interesting calligraphy art on the walls. It is.
All right, show it to me.
That took
Like,
so much.
You're like, yeah, I'll take it. Not on the way. I'll explain. It's definitely not paper. You know where my mind went, of course, but it's not skin of any sort either. And I will take
The fact
a
your
look.
mind went there is disturbing on
I
more
mean,
levels than I could
We've been
possibly
seeing disturbing shit. Pretty much all of it. So,
You're not wrong.
that's what I like to hear.
Do I recognize it as any language that I speak?
It's, let me see. It's probably closest to celestial, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
And the writings are a bunch of like ancient proverbs, of sorts, similar to, like, he who rises early gets to worm and whatnot, things of that
Mhm.
nature. Inspirational quotes, because we all love an inspirational quote.
Mm-hmm.
Is there one with just a cat on it?
Hang
that
in
says,
there.
"Hang
I was
in
about to say.
um
This one just seems to be a picture of a cat hanging from a tree. Do you see how it's and
Ooh, that
sort
would
of
go
it
good to
says
shadow."
hang in there underneath. Very tacky.
But Shattuck would love it.
she would.
She would.
But you, with Rain pointing it out, you do notice do you point out the paper material to her?
Yes,
Yeah.
that
Y-
is
y-
what I was intrigued about.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah.
more than-
I'll run my like thumb over it very gently
Okay.
to see what is happening here.
It's a very smooth quality. Definitely not any paper you've encountered, because paper this old would be like
Right.
Yeah.
It'd be flimsy.
Yeah, it would
You
be
explained
flimsy.
that earlier.
So it's pretty durable, actually, especially for something that's old.
I mean, could it just be enchanted, or is it something different?
Hold on a moment. I will start casting detect magic as a
Mhm.
ritual.
10 minutes later.
10 minutes later.
10 minutes later. It is not magical.
No magic.
I kind of hold up the web thing. This?
Is that giving off a magical glow?
Um.
Anything else in the room?
Uh.
I've got 10 minutes of
Okay.
my eyes see
I should walk and
all.
build it around. Beep, beep.
Yep,
Beep,
exactly.
Beep beep. I mean, I'll show you a picture of the ivory ball. It looks kind of like
Magic detection.
kind of looks like one of these. Best one I can find. What do you mean it's too big? Fine.
90 megabits.
Is this too big? It's freaking. You know what? No, I'm not even gonna go there. Yeah, it's one of those. But no,
That's
it's not
very
magical.
creepy. And I don't like it.
Actually, I can show you a prettier one.
Will it also potentially trigger my was it tryptophobia? Tryptophobia?
Probably. So
Trypophobia?
there, no more will be shown.
I'm like looking at all the holes in it.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah.
"Ugh,
They
don't like it."
most of them have holes like that.
I'm okay. I'm just like, "Ugh." Not gonna look at it.
But yeah, I will actually take that off.
Thank you.
But yeah, they it looks like that it's not magical.
I shake my head. Anything else in the room? Any, other than what Rain is wearing or that I'm wearing?
It doesn't appear anything else is magical in this room when you do like a full scan.
Okay. Nothing else magical in here. I'm going to drop the spell now. I do.
Okay.
Would I know of any past civilizations that might have used something like specific, like what past civilizations might have used for paper or a paper like thing that this could be, that is not skin?
Let's say
You know,
forgery
like
kit
papyrus.
being help with that?
yeah, papyrus. You've heard there are civilizations who have used like something akin to like recycled clothing to make paper or like cloth threads. This doesn't
Right.
feel like that because that would be a lot rougher. You probably have to take a piece of this to some like Rain, for example. You'd probably have to take a piece of this, and maybe you and Demeter could like figure out what's made of, or Tegan for that matter. But yeah, it's definitely like it doesn't feel like any paper you have read about.
If we're going to figure out what this is, which is, I mean, I'd like to know, but it does seem a bit, yeah, alien. It does seem a bit irrelevant to our adventure, current investigations.
Probably.
Saying this
I
is
would
a
suggest,
scarlet salmon.
yes. Communism is just a red herring. I would, if you want to find out, I would say take the smallest of pieces and bring it back to the keep, where Demeter or Tegan, you could figure out what it is.
Probably nothing, but everything's nothing till it's something. And
What was on this paper? It was just random calligraphy. It wasn't like
Calligraphy and proverbs, yeah. Is there anything like,
a hidden message or
yeah,
so
kind of
check for
thing? I
invisible
was
ink.
just gonna say,
something?
can we hold it up to the light, or
I get lemon
maybe
juice. Huh?
discern like,
We're gonna national
get
treasure
some
this
lemon
shit.
juice.
We are the treasure
What's on
hunters
the
after
back?
all.
Oh,
What's on the back?
oh, what's on the back?
Does it come
Map.
off the wall?
Yeah, you can like it can like be brought off the wall.
Oh my gosh, it's the Declaration of Independence.
Wait, what the fuck? What's America?
America, yeah.
would we know, as just people that live in this world, if there are magics that, or not even, well, it didn't show up in detect magic. I was gonna say if there are magics kind of like in Lord of the Rings, where like certain lights, like it has to be under moonlight to show up. But if it didn't show up, well, there are spells that can mask magical auras, though. So.
And there is a spell like, it's called like elusive text or something, like, I don't know, illusionary
Text, yeah.
yeah, which does something like that, where it's like, you can either make it gibberish
Or something
to
else.
anyone
It's like-
except,
Totally hidden except for a specific trigger.
yeah.
I used it once in a game to bully somebody, and that was it.
Oh,
It was set in a high school. I wrote something mean on somebody's door, and it would only show up when that person would walk close to it.
Jesus Christ.
I am
That's
writing this down.
horrible. That's horrible.
My character was
Sorry,
an incel. It was fine.
Did you say your character was an incel?
It sure was. He was.
By
I
the
was
way-
playing the character that deserved to be bullied.
The map seems to have moved, Darren.
It does? Did I
Yeah,
move it by
for me it
accident?
has anyway. It's like,
It's drifted.
yep.
Continental drift. 4 5 squares over.
Has it? Wait, what?
4 squares over and 2 squares up.
Oh, I might. Oh. Like that. Oh, my bad. Sorry. I probably. Yeah. I probably clicked on something and there's no earthquake.
Okay, fair
I
enough.
swear.
That's fine.
It's just me moving the mouse.
It's just an old one rewriting reality while we're standing in it. It's fine, guys. Don't worry about it.
Okay, does it look like maybe there's a code within the proverbs or anything like that? Can we?
Yeah, just roll an investigation check to check.
I will assist Tilda.
Okie dokie. Artichoke. Wait, what's your investigation bonus?
Plus 13.
I will assist you,
Okay.
because mine is plus 12. Also, I don't think I've rolled any portents today, so I'm just going to do that real quick. There we go. Do you want any of those? Oh, never mind.
You're good.
You're good.
Okay. You're looking. Well, maybe if you do that. No. No, that just says hang in there again. Live, love, laugh. Wonder what that means.
Oh god.
We're both like rolling our eyes every time we find something new. Like,
Mhm.
oh.
Yeah. No, it doesn't look like there's any like secret message.
Drink your old, you know what?
You know, darling, I think this might be the most we've ever gotten along for the longest amount of time.
Yeah, it's a good thing no one's here to see it.
Hmm.
We might
But
get
perhaps, and I point to one of them and I say, perhaps the journey was in the friends we made along the way.
So, as we migrate from you guys spending some quality time together in the squirrel rooms, we go to Melanie, who has begun with a really crazy story she's telling the kids.
And then, after we covered Bertrand in jam, just head to toe, all of his armor, we then took bets on how far he could run. And then he had, well, you know, obviously he started 20 feet away, and he kind of zigzagged, and then we had to throw biscuits at him. And, you know, the point of the story is if you drink too much rum, things get weird.
There is a hand that is raised.
Yes.
But where did the moose come from?
Oh, no, that was the moose just lived with us for a couple weeks. You know, it was just like a mascot, basically. We may or may not have acquired it from a zoo. Possibly illegally, but probably not. I'm never going to admit to anything. And it just kind of lived with us. They're big, by the way. Moose are big guys.
There's another hand that's raised.
Yes,
What's a zoo?
a zoo is where rich people keep animals. For fun. Just to look at them. I'm assuming zoos exist. At least, I'm assuming there's at least collections of animals. That has to be a thing.
You gotta remember though, this monastery is like hyper isolated.
That's also true. So basically, rich people have insanely weird pets sometimes, and they just kind of keep a bunch of them at once, and like tigers and moose, and we worked for one person that kept oozes as pets. He also did not have dogs anymore after that one incident with the oozes.
Another hand is raised.
Yes.
Why did you tackle him?
Why not? Next question.
And now at this point there are no hands being raised, but there's like just questions like, and why did you cover him with jam?
Oh, that was just really fun. And then, we could then eat the biscuits because it was jam and biscuits, which is delicious, It was strawberry jam. Strawberry jam goes great with biscuits.
One of the older kids say, but isn't that unsanitary?
I mean, it's not that bad. This armor didn't have any blood on it at the time. And, the moose had not licked him for at least 10 minutes. The moose really loved to lick jam. So, there was always cross-contamination with moose spit as an option. But moose spit is actually really healthy. They have very few communicable diseases. And they're really clean. So...
and like a little girl in the front's like, so is moose spit a medicine?
I'm not gonna call it a medicine, but I'm not gonna say that it's toxic.
Melanie, how real is this story? This is me asking.
It's like 50% bullshit.
Please,
But
please
Mel
put
is
a
selling
disclaimer
it.
somewhere for these kids who've never been outside and have never seen a moose, so
I
that they don't think a moose is a friend and walk up to one and then get their legs bitten off.
Okay, really quickly, how far away are we from moose? Like thousands of miles? Like what kind of we're in a desert, right?
You're in the mountains. Like you're in the mountains, but there's a desert to the south.
So there could be moose around here?
Roll a nature check. Just to yourself to figure out if you think moose would be around here.
Alright, hold on. Wait.
Nature
starts with an N. Hold on a second. I don't have a nature.
Don't teach these children who have never seen a moose that a moose is a friend. They're going to die.
What skill goes with nature? Because I don't have it.
Intelligence. Yeah.
Intelligence.
Yeah.
One.
For some reason.
1d20.
Yeah, I couldn't find a basic skill of mine. Oh, you're not sure. You're not sure if there's moose here. There could be moose in the water, like a couple miles away. Who knows? Who knows?
Knowing as I obviously know with complete certainty that there could possibly be moose here, I will say this was a specially bred pygmy moose. The royal who owned the moose was, really into breeding specialty moose, so you probably shouldn't just take any moose and just be like, hey, I want your spit, lick me, like don't do that. But, as far as like specialty moose, their spit is actually, it can be really good. Like it really did wonders for acne.
So there's one kid. He's a little older. He's about 13 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, wait, I think you're lying about the moose. I don't think moose are real at all. I think you're making it up.
Hold on, I'm gonna lucky that.
I'm gonna walk in and say, "You think moose aren't real?"
I'm gonna lucky that again.
Uh,
I'm gonna lucky
you
that
should-
the last time.
I'm gonna say, you should really take a look at birds. You know, those are fake too, and then walk away.
At what?
I'm just inserting myself into this conversation.
Oh, did you
and
say
I'm saying,
birds?
yes, I'm saying that birds are fake.
I mean, birds aren't real. So.
I thought Melanie was getting polymorphed into a moose.
Satari, wait, come back. Satari,
I
hey,
will start walking backwards.
Satari.
Yeah.
Turn me into a moose.
Oh yeah, sure.
Wonderful.
Cast polymorph and turn Melanie into a not just a regular moose, but
God.
I'm gonna turn her into a giant moose.
So you're
And it's gonna be an albino giant moose.
Ooh.
okay. You are now
fancy moose.
you are now a giant albino moose.
Keep in mind you are now huge.
Oh my!
Oh,
And
I'm
have the
also
intelligence
now
of
dumb
a-
too.
Yes, you now have the
Yes, you are.
intelligence of a moose.
I will kind of like kneel down and let the kids pet me. I feel like I'm smart enough to know that they're still friends. Like
Okay.
I don't become rabid or
Yeah,
something.
you don't inherit the moose's rage.
the moose rage?
I got it.
Elk and moose are so destructive.
I think that they're mostly destructive because they're huge, though. Like,
No.
oh, they're on purpose destructive.
One of
Oh.
the only natural known predators to a moose is the orca.
Well, yeah, because they dive down in
Because
the
the-
water.
Because
to
the
eat
moose is the
stuff.
predator of everything else. No,
I
there are
didn't
moose
realize
attacks
that they
every
would
year.
dive down into the water and eat foliage. But yeah, moose will dive like 30 feet
Yeah,
deep.
and there are moose
Crazy.
attacks every year, and people die from
Yeah.
moose attacks every year.
See,
Well,
you need to zigzag.
They're fucked up.
You gotta zigzag when you're trying to, if you have any chance of dodging moose. Anyways,
Which, like, big if.
if it's a huge if.
Yeah.
Zaitari, do you polymorph Melanie into? Do you polymorph Melanie into a moose and then go away, or do you watch?
Oh no, I'm gonna watch this because I don't want. I'm sorry, but you know, dumb Melanie to do anything bad.
no, that's fair.
Also, I forgot I was gonna say this, but I could take Awaken and Awaken Bird Friend.
I don't think that's a good idea.
No, probably not.
I think birds are happier if they're dumb.
Yeah, that's true. But I was like, I wonder if I could take this, and I'm like, oh, I can. So
Just silently start awakening all of Shattuck's pets without telling Rain and Melanie.
Oh my god.
I mean, we already have a really smart bunny, so
Yeah, so
or
it's just
Almirage, you know, but still,
it's just natural, and it's the next step of evolution.
yeah.
Okay. So you are allowing the children to pet you
Yeah.
as a moose.
I'm gonna lick the kid that didn't think moose exists. I'm gonna lick his face.
he's a little weirded out.
Yeah, that's understandable. A giant tongue just licked his face.
So actually, I'm going on this based off of a giant elk.
Yeah.
Elk stat blocks. Your intelligence is actually a 7, so you're not that stupid.
Nice.
What's her wisdom?
A 14 actually.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah, your strength. Your giant elks are pretty lit.
That's
So
the same wisdom that I normally have. So
I have a question. If one is polymorphed into a moose, for example, I know you keep a lot of your facilities, but what happens to, like, I've never really understood this. What happens to your, like, instincts? Do you adopt moose-like instincts?
assumed that your instincts are, for the most part, not the animal you get polymorphed into.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it really depends on your intelligence. score when you polymorph, how much of yourself you retain. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I think that makes sense. Like, if you had a really, like, if you're like a moth, for example,
You just want
it
to eat
would make
curtains,
sense
you know?
that you just turn into a moth and you have nothing left. But I feel like the higher the intelligence, the more you've got left would just kind of track.
Okay, good. Could you roll me a perception check, please, Melanie?
What am I doing?
Perception.
Perception. Am I being hunted?
Zaitara, you may roll perception as well.
Oh yeah, because I'm so good at those. Your perception is a +4.
Oh, yeah, okay. I was gonna say that doesn't need to be at advantage. So, if it was a +4 instead of but it was a 19 first. So 19 plus 4 is 22.
Okay. Then you hear this.
Of course, I don't notice.
Yeah,
it,
you're too entertained by the fact that Melanie is now looking children as a moose.
Mm-hmm.
Out of your corner of your eye, you see Bear Friend come through the door frame. And she freezes as soon as she sees you.
Oh no.
And her hackles go up.
I'm gonna look at Bear Friend and then say, "This is Melanie." I just polymorphed her into a big moose.
Okay, just roll persuasion. I'm sure she'll believe you.
There it is.
Yeah. She's like the hackles go down, but Bear Friend is still keeping like an eye on you, Melanie. She's just
Understandable.
like, oh no, no. It's like that cat in the YouTube videos that sounds like he's going no. Except it's a lot lower. Cause
Understandable.
yeah. But there's like kind of like a standoff, and then like Bird Friend like goes onto your onto your back and starts picking through your fur to see if there's any bugs. Feels
Okay,
kind of
not-
nice actually,
Yeah.
and just kind of like Bear Friend just huffs and just continues to stare at like death glares at you.
I will be very calm and chill and just like no sudden moves. Stop fucking with your bed.
Who's messing with the bed?
Tano.
Oh, of course.
She's full of poop.
That would do it. But eventually, everything's it's calmer. Bird Friend eventually has their fill of trying to find bugs, but you're a brand new moose, so apparently you don't have any
There's
bugs.
probably not a lot to find at this point. Like it's
so she goes back to Bear Friend and starts picking through her fur. Okay. Aoife, you come in the room and there is a moose and there is Bear Friend. There's some tension in the air.
I just turn around and walk away.
Okay.
I've got enough shit going on. I'm not gonna deal with this too.
Anything you're up to? I know you were gonna entertain and meditate. Is there anywhere you're meditating particularly?
Just my usual, like, kind of hidden spots.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere that I would go and meditate where I wasn't really allowed to go meditate, I would do it anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Like the secret cubbies and hidden alcoves and stuff like that.
Okay. Is there anything you're particularly focusing on or trying to not focus on?
I'm mostly trying to calm my mind and find peace with the fact that I will probably not get closure on a few things, which is going to be fine. Aoife just feels hurt right now, so she's just going to be meditating on leading herself to peace with no closure.
Okay.
And that's all she's doing.
Alright.
Nothing fancy.
Sounds good. Back to Tilda and Rain. Trying to solve the mystery of the weird parchment. But not parchment.
Also, did you guys think to ask Eva?
We're getting there.
What are you guys up to?
Yeah, what I think we should do. We should ask Aoife.
I mean, it's not
I
about me.
I think Ro is still BRB'd.
Oh, okay. So you've been a moose for a couple minutes now. Well,
Yep.
let's say about 15 minutes. Is there anything else you'd like to do as a moose?
I'll do a little dance. Carefully away from the children, not like while anybody's riding me.
Okay.
And just like be silly with it.
Okay, roll performance.
What is the +2 charisma
It's charisma.
as a moose? Yeah, but what is a moose's
Oh.
charisma?
Elk?
Yes, an elk.
Elk, let's see.
It's gonna be a giant elk. It's a 10, so it's yeah. You got a nice 0 to work with there.
I actually do pretty well.
Okay. You're surprisingly graceful for a moose. It's kind of cool. And
Nice.
very entertaining to the kids.
Good.
French fry, what do you want? Sorry, I'm surrounded by cats.
It's okay.
As is my life.
Yeah, makes sense.
I think they're hungry. I'll be right back. I am back. They are fed.
Yay!
Okay. Moose shenanigans, meditation, and Rosso BRB. Okay.
I think I'm gonna head off here pretty soon. My body's been doing weird shit for like an hour, and I've been trying to ignore it, but I think I need to go lay down.
That's fine.
It's understandable. We
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, we could cut early tonight too. So
Do you know about how much longer you're gonna run it?
yeah, I do. So let's say if you guys don't have anything else particular going on, I will say that the first people to come over are Alexandria and Ricochet. They're the first people. Ricochet with Ricochet's help, Alexandria is able to like find the closest spot to the monastery. And I assume you guys fill him in on what's happening, or what has
Yeah.
happened. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. He will gladly stay at the monastery for a while to help to help Goodfeather, who you tell is also coming to assist with the kids.
Emphasize strongly that it is temporary. He's not in charge here.
He rolls his eyes like, yeah, I know. It's just like he's like the fun uncle, this fun single uncle who's okay with the kids for a couple of days, but you don't ultimately want him to take care of the kids because he has not shown the responsibility in doing so.
He was the guardian that Eva was sent to. He's not made to run this monastery.
Yeah, he can help lead adults, but when it comes to don't. So he will handle that with Goodfeather when he comes up from Fort Granite. Did you guys want to further investigate the paper that you guys found?
If they ask me about it, do I know what it's made out of?
Yeah, you know what it's made out of. They've told you a few times, but you don't know exactly the process of how to which it's made out of. It's made out of stone.
There you go.
It's apparently a stone mixture that's been passed down through like generations, and usually the masters will learn the process.
Not skin. Thinking it was some kind of leaf.
Hmm?
I was thinking it was some kind of leaf or like a banana skin that's been treated or something like that.
No, it's definitely made out of like a mineral mixture.
Oh, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. But you guys can take it back to the keep for further analysis if you wish.
I mean, honestly, if we know what it's made of, we know it's not magical, and we can't seem to find any messages in it. I mean, Melanie's not there, but I as a player, Lynn, think it should stay.
Yeah, like Nenrian's got knowledge of ages for like a channel divinity. I'm sure he could just ask Ayun and learn the process.
I don't know if I'm pretty sure Tilda would have told you about the Minotaur masters too.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
I
sure.
would
Yeah, she would have shared that.
I'd share anything I knew about them.
You actually don't know too much about these two. Their names were mentioned in passing, but you don't remember anything of significance. And
Wasn't much
these
of a history student.
and these girls are always like in the restricted section, so I don't know how much time you would spend there, if you even think if it was worth going to go there.
I think Aoife would have like done her best to avoid the restricted section for most of her time there. But then once the masters had learned of her other usual spots, she would have been forced to adapt. And then she'd go to the last place they'd look, which is the library.
Mm.
And she'd end up, like the delinquent hiding beneath the bleachers. But instead she's in the restricted section trying to like make a cigarette out of something.
Okay. But yeah, that's like all you really find out. If Tilda does do the math of when the Minotaur Masters were teaching, it does put them a little bit before the time period of when. So you have a general timeline thanks to that like librarian minotaur that you guys found a real long time ago.
Yeah.
The two minotaur masters would have been in place a little before her.
Okay.
Yeah. So probably around before the rise of the Minotaur Empire, before they were in cahoots with their old one.
So a while ago then.
Yeah, a while.
Is this monastery the oldest one? Or is it just like one of the oldest?
It's one of the oldest. You'd be on par with Soul Sun and Way of Shadow.
Okay.
For sure.
That'd make sense then to have masters going back that far.
Yeah. But yeah, we can talk about what else you guys learn in next session after Ricochet and Goodfeather take over for a little bit.
Okay.
Our next step, anyways, I know there's the bachelor party, hunting party for some folks. But like, is the next step just going to Langs?
Think so.
Yeah, that's what Alexandria wants to discuss with you guys now that she's here.
Okay.
But we can take care of that next time.